Right, today I will go over equations of circles. Equations of circles comes from, here's the formula for equations of circles. We have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So the formula for equation of a circle actually comes from something that we're all familiar with. If I put it this way, we have something squared plus something squared equals something squared. Should sound familiar. Sounds kind of like a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Formula of circles is related to formula of Pythagorean theorem, more specifically the distance formula part. So, these letters represent different things. R represents your radius, and we have h and k is the coordinates for the center of that circle. So, here are some examples. Here we go. Number 1. I have my center at 5, 2, radius 3. We are asking for the equation of that circle. So plugging this into my equation, I have x minus my x coordinate 5 squared plus y minus my y coordinate 2 squared equals 3 squared. Alright. So your answer may look just like this. Or we can take a look at that 3 squared and work that out. We have x minus 5 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 3 squared, which is 9. So these equations are the same. More often than not, you'll see it written this way. But sometimes you may see some textbooks or some examples write it out as the radius squared. So let's take a look at how we graph circles. Alright, so my point is at 5, 2 with a radius 3. On a graph, you can graph 5, 2. There's my center. And then when we have a radius of 3, what that means is from your center, you count up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And then do your best to connect the dots and make that circle. So there's my graph of a circle. Right, next example, number 2. So here's my equation still. There's my equation. I have x minus from the equation, and then your sign here is a negative. We have minus negative, which turns that into a plus 1 squared plus y minus 7 squared equals my radius of 5 squared, which is the same as x plus 1 squared plus y minus 7 squared equals 25. So graphing this equation, we have our center at negative 1, 7, and we have a radius of 5. So from my center, negative 1, 7, there's the center. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me paste that point. And again, do your best, draw that circle. My final example. This time, I'm giving you the equation. I want to work backwards to find that center and that radius. So, one hint I can give is when you go to the center, from your equation over here, you flip your signs. Flip, sign. So, a negative 2 in the equation, as my point, becomes a positive 2. Right here we have a positive 10. My point down here becomes a negative 10. So my center is at 2, negative 10. Next, my radius, r squared, is 64. We want to square root that to get just r. So r equals 8. So I have a center of 2, negative 10, and a radius of 8. And on the graph, let me zoom out so I can fit. There we go. 2, negative 10 for my center. Radius equals 8. So my center is at 2, negative 10. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, do your best to make that circle. And I'm going to try. I'll try. Alright, so there you have equations of circles. From the center and the radius, coming up with the equation, and from the equation, going back to find that center and that radius.